28 years, fasting has been a huge part of my life. I've lost 12 kilos in just 3 weeks, more than once. But there's a truth nobody likes to talk about. Fasting is not the magic pill everyone thinks it is. If you've ever wondered why the weight keeps coming back, no matter how hard you try, this video is for you. Today I'm sharing the real story behind my fasting journey, especially difficulties losing weight or even keeping it after 40. And I'll introduce my autumn resolution that's finally, hopefully, changing everything. Fasting has been a secret ace up my sleeve for the past 28 years. And I have used it most of the time so that I lost weight. And it has never failed me once in that category, losing weight. It even helped me once or twice with my health problems. However, the problem is that I need 3-week fast every year just to get back on my, let's say, normal weight. So today I would like to talk to you why do I always gain anywhere from, 8-10 kilograms per year, and even though I lose anywhere from 10 to 12 kilograms each year in a 3-week fast, every year I have to do it again and again and again. And today I would like to talk to you about why fasting, at least in my experience, has never been that magical pill that would lose me weight, which it does, but also keep the weight down. And today I would like to tell you my story and why I have to fast every year just to feel good, just to be able to move, just to have enough energy, and just to keep up with my health. Because it's great for a month after the 3-week fast, but then it just goes like this. So today I would like to tell you what my life looked like for this 46 years that I am old. To tell you a really fast story of my life, I started fasting when I was 18. And this was basically because I wanted to lose weight, and it worked. After that 18 years, I could actually hold my weight down, the one that I lost with my fasting, for a couple of years. It wasn't until I was 22 that I decided to, think about giving fasting another go, because I didn't feel that good. So that was not a problem. However, my problems started with my first real employment, because when I was still at college, I had different jobs. I was teaching English. I was working on the radio as a speaker. I was also I don't know what that word is in English, but I was an animator, let's say, at a spa where we kept the atmosphere light, and where we talked to the guests, and we did aqua aerobics, and we did yoga and everything with the guests. So I had basically had a very interesting way into my employment, but that was everything that I did before I had my real 9 to 5. And even though that I was studying economics, I really didn't really enjoy the subject. And my first real job, which I still have today, was a corporate job, and it was in purchasing. And it was in purchasing of steel, which is as furthest away from, swimming around in a swimming pool and dancing tango and watching all of the people in the pool do it what you did with your colleague outside of the pool. So here I had to sit at a computer, at a desk, in an office for 8 hours in an artificially lit room, for basically ever since. So I started when I was 26 and I am now 46. So yeah, it has been a long time. And since then, my fastings have started to fail. And since then, my diet went to the worst, went for the worst. I was I met my husband in this spa, and from my 20s, let's say from the middle of my 20s to my 30s, to the beginning of my 30s, we wanted to have a child, and I had problems conceiving. So now there were two things that were stressing me out, maybe three, let's say, because first of all, it was my job, because which I didn't like. I didn't want to do, but I had a real I had a possibility to speak with people from out of Slovenia, to speak English. That was okay. And then when I came home, we started to build our own home. So there was the construction all around. And then we decided to have a baby all at once. And everything took its toll. I didn't have free time. My dreams about having, a job which I would love, was shattered, and my dream of having a family was shattered, and I started to pile up weight. So that was I think that was the worst of it. I thought until then. And then after my 6-week fast, which I decided to do to try to get rid of endometriosis, which was keeping me from having a baby, I had my first son. And after 2 years, I had my second son. So I was basically not at work for 4 years. So there was this sick leave for the entirety of my pregnancy, and then in Slovenia we have 1 year off when the baby is born. So basically 2 years for one son. I was at work for 6 months, and then I said, okay, if the youngest is, let's say, 2 years old, we're going to have another one. And I was basically again 2 years off work. And my real problems began when I came back to work after 4 years. Now I can't say that I forgot everything, but everything was new, so they were really kind to me in the beginning. But my boss changed. The co-worker that I was before before I went to my maternity leave, which I was basically her boss, now did a flip, and she was my boss now. And the problem was that she didn't know how to do it. She still doesn't know how to do it. And it took its toll on my health and on my weight. So 2 years ago, after 10 years of experiencing not very pleasant working environment, my body gave out, and I was what do you call it? And I burned out. I didn't burn out mentally, I think, but my body just gave out. I was at a doctor's office every week for something different. And eventually, the woman that I was seeing, um, who was my therapist, who I decided to reach out, she said you should go on sick leave, and I did, and I was on sick leave for 8 months. And when I got back, I got a different job, and I get not a different job. I was still at the same company, but I got a different working position, which was not around people. Everything that I needed to do was, put some information into the computer. It was like a blow to my ego, really, because before I was basically the boss. I was in charge of the purchasing department, and then it was like down. And now I am somebody who can basically who could barely read, and my 10-year-old could do this, what I'm doing now. However, when they offered me this job, I was jumping up and down because I really wanted. Why? Because I wanted to have something that only I can do, and because I want to have peace and quiet, and not the stressful job that I did have before. And now there was a different problem, because I wanted to exceed myself and exceed my expectations, and before my boss was pushing me, now I was pushing myself. And everything took its toll on my health again, but not exactly in such a bad way that it did 2 years ago when I burned out, but it was to such a degree that I decided enough is enough. I need to do something. I need to change something. And since I am, putting data into the system all of the day, I have time now at my work. So I had come across a podcast of the Diary of a CEO, where Stephen Bartlett was interviewing this man, Michael Easter. And it was an incredible interview. And the interview was about the comfort crisis. And when I was listening to that, I said, I have to buy this book. And I did. And here is the book. See? And in this book, Michael Easter interviewed a person, I don't remember exactly his name, and he said that he has an incredible, easy solution how people could lose weight and how people could keep that weight off. Now, I don't have problems with losing weight, because I have been fasting for the past 28 years each year, and I lose up to 12 kilograms in 3 weeks. My problem is keeping that weight off. So I have decided to make a resolution. But before I dive into my resolve, I have a question for you. Am I insane? Or is this normal after you hit 40? That your weight just doesn't want to go down. Your tummy just doesn't want to go down. Because when I was 20, even though I had problems with being overweight, I could always lose, the fat in my tummy. And now this has not been the case for several years. So I would really like to know if you have the same problems as I do, or do I really need to discuss this topic with my therapist as well. So if you would be so kind, tell me if I am not alone. All right, now my resolution. Week 1. So that's the week that is coming. I am going to see what my eating behavior is. I'm going to measure, like the author suggests, every food that I ingest. I'm going to see everything from the calories to the fat to the carbohydrates to the protein, everything. I'm going to measure everything and the weight of the food. I have tried this a month or so ago and I gave up and I said no, it was working for 3 days. But I'm going to do this now, and because I'm making this video and because this video is going out into the world, now I am going to be really angry if I don't do it, because I am not going to keep a promise to myself that I gave myself. So this is the first video. This is the video that started the whole thing. In the first week, so this week that is coming, I am going to measure all of my food. I am going to see the weight that I am currently at. I'm going to measure my weight every day, like as if I was fasting, and I am going to calculate the calories that I should ingest according to my activities. So I am basically sitting all day at work. I come home, I drive home, I don't walk, and I am sitting basically all day when I come home, except when I am cooking. So this is something that has to change. But first things first, I need to see what my eating habits are, and I need to see what my calorie intake should be. Then in week 2 until week 15, because I plan to do this until the end of the year. Today it's September 12th. So I have a little more than 3 months to go, and my goal is to lose 3 kilograms in those 3.5 months until the end of December. Now think about it. If I can lose 12 kilograms in 3 weeks, that's 21 days. By golly, I think that I could, lose 3 kilograms in 3 months. And I will be doing that with mindful eating. And when I get the eating down, when I see which food has how much calories, I'm going to tweak and adjust my exercise schedule and everything like that. But I promise you that from this week on, I will be posting one video each week about this subject, about how I am moving on with my resolve. And this is going to basically be my, not New Year's resolution, but what is it, autumn's resolution? Yes, and I will ask you in each video to hold me accountable if I am not going to stick to the program. And since I always keep my word to others, but rarely to myself, this is going to be a hard one. But honestly, I have had enough. I have had enough of waking up and not being able to, do this with my fingers because they are swollen so much. I've had enough of being without energy every day, every afternoon when I should play with the kids or not, bug them about homework, because now that I come home, I am just so happy to, sit down, to sit them down and just say, let's sit down and let's do your homework. I would like to come home and say, it's sunshine outside, you still have 4 hours to do your homework, let's go out and play. But now I am using the homework to excuse myself from, enjoying the time with my children, and they are 11 and 8, and there is not much time left that they will want to spend with me. So this is basically the last train that I am catching to connect with my children more. This is the desire that is my why this is going to succeed. And the next why is you guys. you guys are going to please talk into the comments and just tell me, did you do this? You told us that you're going to do this, but now you didn't. So what's going on? And I hope that when it's the last week in December that I can, raise up this book and I say, it helped me to lose 3 kilograms in 3 months, not 3 weeks, 3 months. And I can now recommend the same thing to you. But before I do it, I cannot preach and I cannot teach. So now I am learning. And I invite you on my learning journey with me, if you like.